Gonna be replacing the stator on this 88 FXRS. Not charging. The first thing you want to do is test the battery. Make sure you get enough volts. Make sure it's not dropping too much when you go to start it. And then you go to the book. It tells you to test the stator. There's a couple tests for the stator. You're not charging, but the stator is good, then it's probably your regulator. Or, you know, loose wiring, bad wiring, something shorted. But I've already tested the stator. So there's a couple tests for the stator. You could be grounded, and you're gonna check for continuity in the ground, and there should be no continuity. Could be shorted. Check the stator resistance with an ohm meter across the stator sockets. You should be looking for 0.2 to 0.4 ohms. Going to ohms, check resistance, should be 0. So we're looking for 0.2 and 0.4 in between this on this year. You can see we got 0.2. So that's good. But if we go, we got continuity to ground. So we're grounded, our stator's grounded, it's no good. All the power it's creating is just going nowhere. So that's why the battery's not charging, so we gotta replace the stator. Drain it down, T40 under here. We're gonna take off the 3 derby, pull the shifter, pull the foot peg, and then I'll take off the inspection cover. I got gaskets for everything, and then we'll be able to take this whole outer cover off. I'll take the battery off first thing, get it on the charger. It's cold, man. This thing's been sitting for 9.5 months. I didn't get around to fixing it. I care to remember. Sometimes it's easier to take this bolt all the way out to get it off. Two bolts here. We'll take off the compensator nut. We'll try and pull out that front sprocket rotor, get to the stator. It's 1.5 inches. Step tool here. Okay. Try and keep everything in order here. Okay, so now we're going to loosen up this adjustment nut for the slack. The chain, 9/16. Okay, let's take this off first. So there's the stator. Four bolts and 2 screws. Okay, got those out. Now I'm gonna push this through from up top. And that's that. Now we're fully removed. We can put the new one in. Gonna get some 1184 gray gasket. Let me feed this up. Okay, battery died, but it's kind of a tricky part getting that thing up. I ended up pushing it with these long needle nose, pushing it in like that and kind of working it in. Now we gotta get just this bracket on. There's a P1 screw. This without it falling. It'd be tricky. Oh yeah, that's what I thought. There's one. There we go. There's two. Get the stator on. Line it up. A little Loctite. These are going to 30 to 40 inch-pounds. There. Okay, so just adjusted this 3/4 by loosening this and playing with it up and down. Turn the engine over a couple times so that you can see any tight spots that you have. So this torque down 80 to 100. Adjusted the chain. I'm going to take this O-ring off, swap that with a new one, and then we'll be able to put the cover back on. So these should all be the same length coming out of the bottom. So if one's a little long and one's a little short, then you swap them and get them all the same size.